So, you guys like Sonic? Yeah, I don't know how to start this video, just roll the intro. Wait, no, I do have one thing to start with. Don't go out of your way to harass this person because they have a bad opinion, even if they're wrong. Please note that some of the stuff said here is taken as a joke, or rather is a joke, and I don't want no one to be offended or hurt by anything I said. So yeah, onto the video, roll the intro. So I was browsing YouTube the other day instead of doing anything else in my life, and I found this video recommended by this one dude named Shygrim, and he made a review on Sonic Mania. I decided to check it out. I didn't like it. It was not a good review. So why don't we just commentate over it and do this whole commentary shtick where I just talk over it with some gameplay in the background, and I make fun of this dude's video. Alright, play it.
I hate Sonic for not understanding how to engross a new player. Sonic the Hedgehog is only fun if you've memorized the levels, which is really kind of sad because when you are going fast, the game feels pretty great. But when you're going that speed and your view is in the middle of the screen, and you're only given a fraction of a second to respond to obstacles that come towards you, it can be very frustrating.
What? The whole point of the game is to be a momentum-based platformer with some exploration involved. If you are unfamiliar with your surroundings, that is the whole point. You explore the level, you explore your surroundings, so you don't hold right the entire time. Because if you explore, as the game incentivizes you many times, you get rewarded with the special rings of the Chaos Emeralds. You get access to the special stages.
Not only does Sonic focus in the middle of the screen, but you're moving even faster and have even less time to react to these obstacles that jump out at you. Enemies, bounce pads that kill your speed, pitfalls, spikes, you're given almost no time to react. Here, let me count the number of frames I have to react to this obstacle I just hit on screen. Okay, now let's compare this to a Mario game running at full tilt. See what I mean? Now this could be because I'm used to playing platformers like Mario that give you a little more time to react to things and typically have a little more linear level design. But Sonic is very difficult to get quick at, as ironic as that is. The fastest hedgehog in the world, and I have to traverse levels like I'm walking on eggshells.
That's kinda what the momentum-based platformer is for. If you have the good reaction time and you build up your skills of mastering each level, you won't deal with this issue. It's not that hard.
What I don't understand is why these games take pride in killing off your speed so quickly. It's like, I just got up to speed. Why are you killing it in a few seconds? Can't I just enjoy gunning it for a while? You really gotta give me blue balls like that? Not those blue balls, you fucking freaks. Not only does Sonic have level design that punishes speed, which is the exact opposite thing you want in a game about going fast. The levels are typically winding mazes that you can never map out in your head. It makes the levels much harder to memorize, and thus, much harder to get better at. There's like 7 or 8 different paths to take in any given Sonic level, and most of the time it's hard to tell which one you're on.
The reason why it kills your speed so quickly is because all you're doing is holding right and expecting to win. That's not how it works in Sonic. You're supposed to build up your speed and not be an idiot and don't hold right the entire time. It's not hold right to win. If you hold right the entire time, the game will actively punish you for it. And to go off what you said, how there's different branching paths, that's the whole point of the exploration part. That's what made Sonic 3 so good, because it incentivizes you to explore. Need I bring up the Chaos Emeralds again?
Take Chemical Plant Zone, for example, the second zone in this game. There's these tubes that take you all around to different parts of the level, but they move you around and intertwine so much that it's kind of difficult to tell if you're progressing or if you're backtracking. It's so confusing and it gets very tough to kind of sleuth out where the f*** you are in levels like these.
You're making me sound like a broken record right now, because that's kind of the whole point. Exploration, knowing your surroundings, don't hold right the entire time. There are moments in Sonic where it's not supposed to be a non-linear platformer. There are moments when it does that in Sonic 1, 2, and 3. Even especially in something like Sonic CD, where there's no direct, straight path to win. That's what separates it from other platformers.
On the other hand, Mario is pretty straightforward. There's branching paths and secret rooms, but there's always a clear progression point. Move right. Sonic, a lot of the time, will put you in a place where you're not sure you're going the right way. Maybe you're going backwards on another path that you didn't use to get where you are. Maybe you're going the wrong direction. Which way is the exit? It's hard to not get frustrated and quit when you're just so confused and all of the hype surrounding the whole going really fast thing is completely false for you because you haven't memorized every little detail of every act and every stage.
I'm really trying to be nice here. I really am, but it's hard to do this right now. Need I bring up the exploration part for like the 15th time? Need I bring up memorization of taking the most optimal route, whereas the game rewards you for taking the most optimal route, as especially in something like Sonic 1, where you need to find the most optimal route, and when you find the most optimal route by taking the upper paths, you get rewarded with rings and lives. This is noticeable even in the first zone, such as Green Hill.
While I'm upset, let me complain a bit more about some core mechanics. When you take running paths that switch directions, it seems random as to when you're supposed to switch which direction you're holding on the D-pad. Sometimes if you don't switch over instantaneously, you'll lose speed, and sometimes if you don't keep holding the original direction for some time, you'll lose speed. It's a total grab bag, and it's annoying to have to try to guess which one it's gonna be.
What?
You're holding right the entire time. That's the part where you're supposed to hold down, where you roll, so you don't have to lose all your speed. Okay, so, since I don't want to do this by myself, I'm going to get my homeboy RPG to explain this whole ball mechanic, because he said he'll do it for me.
Physics of Sonic the Hedgehog are actually kinda hard to understand for newcomers, but if you just play around with the environments, you will eventually pick up on these things. So, starting off with jumping. Listen, hear me out here. You gotta start with the basics. On flat ground, when Sonic jumps, he will basically go straight up into the air. Think Super Mario. However, on a slope, that's when things get more interesting. Depending on the angle of the slope, Sonic will either be sent more to the left or more to the right, but he will still go up. Also, his jump height is actually dependent on the angle of the slope as well. When rolling, on plain flat ground, Sonic will eventually come to a gradual stop, and that's not very effective. What you want to do is learn how to roll on slopes. What that does is you keep a lot of momentum, and that's actually how you build quite a bit of momentum. Compared to a real ball, Sonic actually hogs a lot more momentum than you'd expect. The best example here would be the half pipes in Spring Yard Zone or Collision Chaos. Examples like that. So Sonic can start at the top, and if he just rolls right down the half pipe, he will come out the other side at the same height he started. A real ball would go to about halfway and then roll back and go about halfway up where it was when it rolled back and keep reducing how high it goes until eventually it's just stuck in the middle. If Sonic actually starts in the middle, he will hog enough momentum to be able to roll up to the top. It kind of works the opposite of what you'd expect. In high-speed areas where you don't know which direction to press, it's always best to just press down because Sonic will not only gain speed and go a lot faster, but he'll also follow the natural curvature of the level, which typically leads you to the end in most cases. And I mean, even if it doesn't, and it just drops you off into the middle of the level, you know you're supposed to be going right. There's only one Sonic level I can name that ends on the far left of the screen, and that's Gimmick Mountain Zone Act 1 from Sonic 2 on the Game Gear. Now, I neglected to mention the Spin Dash, Drop Dash, and Super Peel Out because while they do give you a burst of speed, they don't really impact the way Sonic interacts with the environment. It's just basically instant momentum. So yeah, that's my section of the video where I just talk about the physics of Sonic the Hedgehog. That's all I really had to say. So, did you guys like that? If you did, you could always go check out my channel.
Yeah, thanks for that little segment, RPG. Back to the actual commentary at hand.
The spin dash is finicky and you have to be at a complete halt to use it.
That's the whole point of the spin dash. It's so you can gain an instant amount of momentum. You mash the two buttons together so you can gain that amount of speed instantaneously. And even then, you can just hold down the jump button so you can do the drop dash. So you don't have to be at a complete standstill to do it. So you have many different options of gaining instant momentum.
It's really difficult to keep the right momentum to dodge the missiles in the Studiopolis final boss.
Doug, you're just bad at the game.
I died for no discernible reason by hitting these moving stair blocks at pace in Chemical Plant Zone. Actually, these vertical block segments in Chemical Plant Zone are my least favorite thing about this game. They aren't fun, they're just agonizingly slow and punishing.
I can give you that one. However, I would suggest better phrasing on that, as they are not punishing, but they are really slow. Now, I wouldn't give that to the worst part of the game. That's easily Oil Ocean Zone. That's probably the lowest point of the game. Or maybe Satanic Monarch, I don't know, I'm in between on those two.
Again, I think personal preference plays a pretty big part in why I don't like Sonic games on the mechanic level.
You don't like them on a mechanical level because you don't understand how it works, and you're just flat out bad at it. I don't know how else to put it bluntly. You're just bad at it.
But there is some truth to the fact that it's very difficult to master the levels. Mario is much more approachable in its design. Anybody can pick it up and play it, finish the levels, and feel good about themselves on the surface level. The difference between Mario and Sonic is that in Mario, the feeling of gunning it comes from your ability to use techniques that are more advanced for movement, something the speedrunning community is great at. Having multiple options to move around other than just running and jumping makes for a more complex movement system and the ability to master it and feel good about it.
This doesn't ever happen if you just don't hold right throughout the entire game. You get rewarded with the speed by not holding right and having the proper reaction time, along with, you know, just exploring your surroundings so you don't get not only lost, but you can also find the most optimal route, get rewarded, and don't hold right the entire time, because that's not how the platformers should be. And there is a solid difference between Sonic and Mario. Sonic rewards you with working with its physics engine, which is why it rewards you with the top speed. Mario is a more basic platformer and requires less skill.
But having a very static system that takes getting used to, rather than spending enough time to master it, are two very different things. I just prefer to have the difficulty curve not ramped up to, where the f do I go? In the second act.
Because you're not exploring the level like the game incentivizes you to.
So, Sonic Mania is the best Sonic game yet. But Sonic games, to me, just aren't all that great to begin with. I'm more impressed with the smart business moves on Sega's part than I am with the actual game itself, which honestly was mostly the work of the fans that they hired to create it. Is it a good game? Sure. And I think I would like it more if I sunk more time into mastering the slightly slippery controls and the centered camera view. But again, I didn't grow up on Sonic. I grew up on Mario. The old plumber might not have that much swag, but at least he's got approachable level design that doesn't punish unfamiliar players.
Doug, you need better phrasing, because that was not phrased well at all. Because, first off, Sonic does not punish new players, as some of the games are extremely approachable. Just don't be an idiot, and don't press right the entire time, and you basically are going to have a grand old time with the classic Sonic games. And with that, that's how the video ends. This video was not good, I didn't like it. I don't know what else to put here, so... Anyways, TLDR, this guy sucks at Sonic games, unlucky. And with that, this is how I'm gonna end the video. Yeah. I'll see y'all next week, I think, maybe a couple. And, take it easy.